Has anybody guessed my shirt?
Oh yeah, what's I mean, you might as well. They're not gonna guess. You might as well show.
Who's gonna guess my shirt?
Haunted horse shirt? There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I cut it.
What a piece of
I
junk.
cut the neck.
Yeah.
You cut the neck. You cut the neck.
Yeah.
Really?
I have to. I cut it so it needs to be. I can't do a man's shirt.
And I'm like, I'm 18 years old. I'm like, no, I'm good. And I'm an idiot. So
Good
there's
call.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Good call. I really want to touch myself. All right, here comes Tyler. That wasn't me, Hawk. That's
Well, hold on.
that's
Before
Bacon.
you put Tyler.
That's the site that gave me the haunted horse shirt, by the way. Does not surprise me at all.
Hey, I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with this.
Haunted
None of
whore.
that.
I get my shirt. I had it all lined.
Next.
It looked perfect. You
Next.
approved this design. I said I approved the design, and then I got it, and it said
Oh
haunted
my
whore.
God, who the hell cares?
Said what?
It said haunted whore. I have it.
Where is it?
It's back there on the shelf.
Oh my God! How come that's not in a frame?
And you know what? You know what? Everybody wanted that. Tiffany, who's no longer
I
with
will
us.
pay big money for that.
There were people that wanted it, and they wanted to outbid each other for it. I think Bird Dog. I forget. who
Hello, we're
wanted it.
talking about goods from you. Let's
Yeah, well, it was when I debuted that because I opened it live.
No. Well, do it live. Do it live.
I pull it out and I'm like,
Live!
and I hadn't seen it yet, so I'm like, okay, here's the debut of the shirt. And I pull it out and I turn it around and it says haunted whore.
Oh
The
my
SE got
God,
cut
that
off.
is classic.
Haunted horror. Cindy told me to auction it. She did. You know what? I'm waiting for the day I can just poop in my pants.
There is
and no one
Ryan.
will say
Ryan is
anything.
there. Heck of a group here. Driving. Can I get a rhino marble, please?
Oh, right. Yeah, so I thought he
we're
said that.
moving.
There he is. Okay.
That's the one thing with the Friday show. We do have a hard out because the audience will start changing. I will start seeing Tadora,
Yeah.
Kamani.
You
people
said
that only
hard.
Show up for
Hard.
Friday.
Ryan was. I had a little too much wrestling today. Romy talked about wrestling for like an hour, and then I flip over to Ryan, and he's talking about wrestling. I'm like, come on,
I gotta get you guys fixed here. Get you.
Hi.
I have herpes.
bacon.
Bacon.
I have
Bacon.
herpes.
Bacon. Hey, Rome wants to say hi, Bacon.
What's up, pig?
Oh, I haven't heard from Pork in a while or something. I have herpes.
Bacon.
Bacon.
We've had technical
I
issues,
have
but
herpes.
we are getting there. So hold on. All
right.
I'm just a
there
girl.
they is.
All right.
Change.
All right.
right.
Welcome, Gail
Right.
and Hitch from Bacon. I don't have Hitch from Bacon on the screen because
I have
I
herpes.
forgot he was coming in. All right,
And
so here we are.
I have
Here
herpes.
we are.
Thing sucks.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm an idiot.
Close.
I have herpes.
This guy is fucking stupid.
And I'm an idiot.
This one's from Vice.
Herpes.
People won't stop pooping in New York City's public
And I'm an idiot.
pools. That's a great story. No, I'm
I mean, seriously, can't give some people anything nice and new.
pooping in the pool.
Get your
Oh my God! I just think about the old diabetes guy, the old guy with the mustache.
Diabetes. Yeah, because like during the filming of all those things, you were hearing a lot of that.
You had.
No, cut.
Did it really?
5, you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, you may qualify for a free meter from Liberty Medical. If you have type 2 diabetes like I have, you're confronted with choices. You can choose to feel sorry for yourself. I hope you don't. I hope you choose to get involved with a good doctor. Find out some things about diabetes and your own body in the bargain.
Or
Jay, I don't know if it's named Captain Pastrami. I just want her to stop using filters.
he just reset it recently too. It was just on. Anyway,
Really?
Keeping me in a
here's
state
my
of neglect
impression
and
of,
disrepair.
someone-
My hair has grown wild and bushy. I am unkempt
Wow. What's up, Gail? Hey, Morgan. I gotta move. I thought I could finish these olives before the show went live, and I ran out of time. Hey, Morgan, get your ass up.
Gail, welcome to the show.
Okay. I forgot. This is what happens. So I did the Friday show, and I didn't change the graphics back. So it still says Smack Off Preview Show. Oh well. And I gotta get that background. Where the fuck is that thing? Where'd I put it? Smack Off background. There it is. I guess this is gonna stay. I can turn that purple. What's up, everyone? Last time I was on the air was... Is that going to work, or is that going to blend into the back? Ooh, that looks very mysterious. Friday at 11 a.m. I went an hour before the Smack Off... Oh, an hour and a half before the Smack Off started. And had some guests on, and we did some stuff. And sorry, I'm trying to fix that on the fly. I'm not good at doing Haunted Horse and Friends. The and Friends is screwed up. Anyway, I got a bot in the audience already. Son of a bitch, you bot.
Someone isn't gonna like that.
Your move, creep.
What a bummer.
Your move, you little bastard. Get out of here, you little bastard, you bot bastard. Sorry, I am really efforting on trying to fix this. Worst show ever is coming right now. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a train wreck. Not the anticipated train wreck, just a train wreck. I just can't have it say Smack Off Show. I mean, come on, that was last. Oh! Shit, I put that in the wrong place. That should be black.
You racist piece of shit!
So how was everyone's weekend as I'm stalling? Where the hell's the red at? There it is. Racist piece of shit. That'll work for tonight. Okay, hello from Epcot. Hey, Bacon. I don't know if you saw it. I'm assuming you did. But when Steve said you were one of those Disney dorks, Rome made the weirdest face. He went, I mean, he was like full repugnant when Steve called you one of those adult Disney dorks. Rome's like, it's a great face. Yo, Pig Belly. Yep.
What's up, Pig?
What's up, Pig? What's up, you Disney dork, adult Disney pig?
What's up, Pig?
Nothing wants to cooperate right now. This stupid tablet's sliding down and okay. Anyway, let me catch up on the shit. First is worst. No, it's the best.
You won. You did it.
Second is the worst, and that is you.
So you get nothing. You lose.
Pup.
Good day,
Pup.
sir.
Because you're second. Gail's third. You get nothing. You don't get a set of steak knives. You don't get anything. I'm really liking these black olives.
You racist piece of shit!
But I can't eat on the air. It's ridiculous. It's rude. Okay. We've got Cowboys and Cards. Where's Liz when you need her? I'm going head-to-head with Liz, and she's up by 1 point. She's got the kicker tonight, Aubrey, and I've got Ferguson. Not Turd Ferguson. I got Jake Ferguson. So Liz and I, well, let me put it this way. I won't know if she has beaten me or I've beaten her because I go to bed. I can't stay up and watch that game. I got to get up at 4:30. But Dallas and Cardinals. I do have some weird news. We're going to talk a little smack off. If you're not sick of that, I mean, it is getting to a point where it's time to turn the page, but I haven't done it on my show yet. We've done it everywhere else. Jay is high. What's up, Jay? You know what, Jay? You haven't had this in a while. You can have it.
No, God!
Jay is here.
No, God, please, no! No!
Jay is in the chat.
No! No!
You know why else? Oh, shit. Where do I put these olives? Where out of my way? Get out of my way, olives. You know what else? Why? You know else why? You know why else? That doesn't sound right either. You don't eat during your show. Oops. Jim and Indiana Cam, everyone. Because you'll spit olives on your tablet. That is spit olive. Gross. I'm spraying olives on my tablet. Anyway, no one cares. Nobody cares. Sick the smack off that is. I am sick of the smack off that is, right? I mean, look. I don't know if we were good enough friends for you, Gail. I probably should have talked you out of doing video on your first one. But you had a really good idea. And I wanted to see it. So out of my own pure selfishness, I let you go through with it. But it's hard to be in your first smack off and get on the phone. We've seen so many people flame out there. Then to try to do what you did, I should have tried to talk you out of it. Now, technically, you executed perfectly. And by the way, I think you said it, Gail, or something. Yes. And I was talking to Brad on the phone after, like 15 minutes after he was on accepting his prize. He told me he was reading the cue cards. I go, wow, you were wearing mirrored glasses. I didn't even see them. He goes, oh, they probably showed up. And then when I watched it again, sure enough, he had a script. Gail had the sentimental location. No, she was good. Hey, Gail, if you want to come in, you can come in. I can get the Zoom up. Anyone wants to come in, you can come in. But I looked again, and Brad, yep, you can see the piece of paper right down the center of his mirrored glasses. But, yeah, you boy, I could not have done what you did. I wouldn't have made it as far as you did. Because you went to your first, what do they call it? What do they call it when you go to, on your mama's, you put it on your mama's, what do you call it when, the Olympics, when they do, gymnastics. You went to your first gymnastics meet and you try to do the triple flip off of the horse instead of just doing a couple of somersaults. Big self-glossed, I'm the GOAT. Well, he is. He is the GOAT. Tom Brady can go and say, I'm the GOAT. He is. He's got 7. No one else, the next person behind him is 5. It is. Hunt horses are gelding. I had my nuts jumped off. I'm a gelding? Is that where they went? Damn, I just thought my wife put him in a jar. Oh, they got him snipped. Someone's Rocky Mountain oysters. Speaking of gelding and nuts, I do have a weird news story. How morning sex can increase your job satisfaction and help you score a raise. Study says. Say what? You know, after I read this story, I'm going to go read it to my wife. You know what, honey? If you want a raise, this study says you should have more morning sex. Just saying. Just saying. You want more money. I want more money. Yeah, Gail, what you attempted was, I mean, I think we tried to say it was not easy, but I should have been like, but I wanted to see it. I wanted to see you go to UCSB and be in the radio station. If you get an A for the amount of work you put into getting that call ready, or a grade, you get an A+. And then parliamentary didn't make it. That would be freaky. Like you had this big payoff set up, and he couldn't do it at the last minute. Gunnery Sergeant Hartman is the GOAT. 5 and a wake up. Rah. Well, I don't think Gunny Sergeant Hartman is the GOAT of the smack off, though. We're talking the smack off. Tom Brady's the GOAT. And look, Tom Brady being the GOAT of NFL quarterbacks, that was hard for me to say for a while. A long time. Because for me, it was Joe Montana. But when you get 7, when he had 5, I was like, no, it's still Joe. Joe has thrown, he never threw an interception in a Super Bowl. I went down his stats and whatever. He never lost a Super Bowl. Brady has lost some. But once you get to 7, I mean, and the last one with a different team, I mean, it's like, I can't say Joe's the GOAT. He's the second best, but not the GOAT. YT is delayed several seconds behind Twitch. Yeah, they're all going to be a little different from each other. X, I don't know which one's the fastest. I'm going to throw this up here. Not throw it up like Darren throw it up. I'm just going to get this out. I don't know who sent this to me. By the way, Darren wanted us to all know that he's not going to make it tonight because he's got something to do. He let me know 10 minutes before the show. I almost thought about canceling the show, but the show must go on. Yes, Darren said, I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. I got something to do.
It's time for Haunted Horses Video of the Day.
All right, here we go. I don't know who sent this to me. If you did, you can take credit for it. It might have been Peter. It's either Peter or Relaxing. Right now, they're the main people sending me videos. Here we go.
Hey, Ted. What? You remember the game Battleship?
Yeah.
Okay. B7.
A few moments later.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Zach! What? You remember B7? Hey, wait a minute, Ted. Hey, that ain't funny. No. You were a lot further. How about G10? Hang on!
All right, I don't know who sent me that, but they're playing real life Battleship. There you go, with some air gun or whatever, air cannon. Oh, there it is. Peter sent that in. Congratulations, Peter. You win nothing. By the way, we can still talk about the smack off. I got sidetracked. Gail, what you tried to do was awesome. And for that, you get an A+ for planning and D- for execution. You were doing fine until you, like you said on the on that other show, the Stuck Nut show. You needed bullet points. Everyone had them. I guarantee Mark in Hollywood, everyone's like, oh, he's an actor. He memorized it. No, if you look at where he's looking below the camera. There is a script there, or at least bullet points. Look where his eyes, if he was an actor and he was trying to interpret at the camera, you're looking here. He was looking here. And then blah, 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 blah. And then he'd do something and blah, 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 blah. No, he had a script. They all do. They all do. Potato gun, which is illegal in California. You can't have a potato gun in California. You know what else you can't have in California? I wanted it a lot when I was a kid. Ferret. I couldn't have a ferret. And they have an underground ferret network. Like if you have a ferret in California, and this was before the internet, folks, but there was an underground ferret. They had vets that would treat your ferret and not report you to the authorities. I really wanted a ferret. They're cool looking. I didn't have a chance to reach out, Gail. It's a lie. You can have a potato gun in California. It just has to be compressed air. It cannot be combustion. Oh, look at that. Look at the chat. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
You can't have straight people eat burr. Eat burr. Putt from the top rope. Oh, boom. So let's get to the story. And like I said, I'll sprinkle in some smack off stuff. Yes, Brad did shout me out at the end of the show. I'm just saying. I was at a watch party, and when he dropped my name, everyone in that place whipped their head around and looked at me, and then I started getting high fives. Ah! Wells was there. Wells in the 720 was there.
Fat.
He was there. Oh, Cindy here? Where's Cindy? I didn't have a chance to reach out, Gail. Oh, Cindy's here.
Hi, Cindy. Oh, you. It's so good to see you again.
So, yeah, high fives. It was great. Wellesley was there. And, you guys, you know what? I don't know if you guys saw this. Let's see if let me see if I can find it. Anyway, someone had a picture of Wells on a cork board with a lot of little Shohei squares with tacks, and it said, pin the GOAT, Shohei Ohtani, on the donkey, Wells' face. It was fucking hilarious. So the watch party was off the hook. I got some swag. Dweeby's bacon and, yep. No, he didn't say bacon and Haunted Horse. He said Steve. That's Stucknut. I want a drawing at the watch party. And check, you know what else happens at the watch party when the GOAT, the winner of the Smack Off, shouts out your name? I went to pay my bar tab, and he's like, no, dude, you're good. Anyone that Brad shouts out on the show, no bar tab. Now, I don't drink, so it was basically a bottle of Coke. And not cocaine. A bottle of Coca-Cola. Mexican Coke.
You racist piece of shit.
With the real sugar, not the corn syrup. So I won a drawing. So I got my Mexican Coke. They put every beer or drink or whatever you bought, you got to enter into the drawing. By the way, Ken, I don't know if you're watching. If you're watching, what's up, Ken? This is the Northwest Growlers where the, look at that logo on the green screen, where the Smack Off party was. What sucks is Amber didn't show up. She was going to be there. In fact, she posted it all week. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. And then when she got run, she didn't show up. She said she was upset. So I get it. But sucks because we were all ready to go, give her hugs and say, oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. I got that. This is something. I won the grab bag. I got an old trapper hat. This thing's hot, too. I was wearing it in the thing, and I had to take it off because it's too hot. I got a what the hell is this? What the heck is that? Damon Stoudemire, some like hologram baseball card in a plastic. I haven't looked it up. I don't know if it's worth anything. Check this out though. Bacon, are you still here? Where's Ryan? Paul Skeens rookie card. Boom! That's going to be worth money. He's got a hot-ass girlfriend, too. I'd rather have a rookie card of his girlfriend. What's her name again? That's why I need Ryan here. What's her name again? Paul Skeens' girlfriend. Lizzie Dunn. That's what it is. I want a rookie card of Lizzie Dunn. But Paul Skeens, I'll take it. Yeah, that was in the grab bag. Some old trapper sunglasses. What's your beef? Anyway. Winner, chicken dinner. Is this the Growler Hall segment? Hey, dude, I was king for a day there. Without Amber and James there, I was the next loser. Famous clone. I want my 15 minutes of fame, dude. All right, anyway. I had told, Wells was the only one in the room that I told that I'm like, Brad's is going to be funny. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you to ruin it, but I helped him with it. It's going to be funny. Racist.
You racist piece of shit.
So he was the only one that I told. So everyone else, when Brad shouted me out, they were like, what? No one knew I helped. I can come on, give me 5 minutes. All right. We have a Smack Off participant coming on the show. Now I got to get Zoom up. I got to get it up. That's what she said. He said. She said. Hold on. I got to get the camera ready. Oh, shit. Anyone can come on. I'm still trying to get Zoom up. I didn't know you were actually going to take me up on it. No, it's all good. I got to get the meeting going. Where's the meeting? There it is. Oh, shit. I was on Stucknut Show, so the settings are all wrong. Hold on. I got to get the camera right. You guys cannot share the same camera. OBS and Zoom cannot share the same camera. They're fighting over the camera. Okay. Let me DM you. When are we going to have a smoke, a bowl, shotgun, IPA, and White Claw challenge? A bowl shotgun, I don't know what that is. A IPA and White Claw challenge. Well, those have alcohol, so I'm not participating in that. This Northwest Growler's place, I'm like, he goes, you want something? I go, do you have anything without alcohol? And he goes, I got Mexican Coke.
You racist piece of shit.
I'm like, oh, I'll take that. And then he brought a bottle of Coca-Cola, and I'm like, oh, I thought Mexican Coke was something fun. It's just a Coca-Cola with sugar. Not shaft sugar either, James in Portland. Why is that blurry weird? That's weird. Why is that weird like that? That camera's weird. Okay. I got Gail coming in. What else do I have? We're going to talk about this too. Oh, sorry, Gail. I didn't have the waiting room up. There you are. What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Gail, welcome to the show.
All right, I just got off work, so I just threw a hat on.
All right. Threw your hat on. Do you have paint in your hair?
Yeah, well, yeah, I
Well,
don't know if you can say. I've got no drywall. I did drywall today, so I didn't even wash my hands. I just threw a hat on and took my work shirt off.
Where the hell's the Zoom? Oh,
I don't know.
Don't do this to me. This is the one where it works. It used to work. Oh, there you are.
Well, there I am.
There you are.
Oh, it was okay. I didn't need, as long as they could hear me. Nobody needs to see me. I mean, it's pretty bad.
You're all good.
It's all good though.
So, Yeah, I mean, we saw you on Friday. We might as well see you today.
Oh yeah, seriously. All right, let me move
You know
over here.
what? Honestly, I know you may feel differently or you may not.
Yeah.
A or an F. That is a legendary. You know what? You got a lot of no one really went after you.
No, I felt like outside of the shitty thing Brad said in his phone call, which was pretty funny. But
was that you in that picture with Sean?
That was my picture.
Brad's fucking head was over it, and I'm like, I think that is Gail, and I'm like,
no,
why would Gail be with Shawnee?
So that was a picture of Shawnee and I from the Sacktown tour stop.
Sacktown?
Yeah, that was when we were at the Sacramento tour stop.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was it. Remember when Shawnee was talking about, and I remember being at the Sacktown tour stop where Trapper showed up with the things from the hospital when he ended up in the hospital.
the little
electro
pads.
That was a freaking crazy. That was a lot of fun. That was me, my best friend, Kerwin, Silk, Jay, Dean Huntington Beach, Aaron from Ottawa. That was Aaron from Ottawa was the one lady clone that was making a lot of phone calls and was really good. She came all the way. She came over, Shawnee. So yeah, we were all partying at the hotel. And then we were heading over to the barn. That was, and he and I were, I forget who was driving. He and I were in the back seat.
What's Sean's, gosh darn it. What's Sean's X feed or Twitter address?
I don't even know.
I don't know either. I wanted to find that picture because if Brad found it within the last week, it must have been something he posted recently.
I was actually going to, I think I wrote in the chat when Stucknut was interviewing him. I asked, where'd he get my picture? I mean, because I put that picture up a long time ago on my feed.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, so I was kind of surprised. And actually, I don't even remember if I put it up on my feed or if I sent it to, I'm not exactly sure. It was so long. I mean, it was a long time ago.
Right.
So,
I don't know where he got it.
Yeah.
Unless he went through your feed.
He must have.
Look, I had Bird Dog go through my feed and like something from 5 years ago today. And I'm like, who's looking at what I posted 5 years ago? Weirdos.
Exactly.
Or Bird Dog. Vic says, I was at the Sacramento tourist stop, but I don't remember when. It was 2000, if it was 2000.
No, it was 99, I thought. Somewhere around there. I was still at that big barn. So I don't remember when, the Maloof still owned it. Yeah, I can't remember. I have to look back and...
was it the one where there was a cover band playing raunchy covers of popular songs like I Love Courtney's Hole? Was there a cover?
You know, honestly, I cannot remember because we were partying at the hotel, and then I can't remember. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, some things are so vivid. Another thing, like I can't remember who was driving. I don't remember who was in the car. I vividly remember Shawnee and I wanted a basketball because
Vic,
I wanted to get. Huh?
I'm letting Vic know if he wants to come on. I'll send him a Zoom link.
Cool. Yeah. Vic, so yes,
I'm sorry,
remember
Gail.
us.
Go ahead.
I remember us. We stopped at a sports chalet or a Big Five or something because I wanted to get a basketball because I wanted to get some autographs. And so Johnny goes running into the store and he bought it. I'm like, here, let me give you some money. He goes, no, I got it. And so he bought, and the joke was, I'm like, dude, I still owe you $30 for that basketball.
Oh, that's funny.
And then, but that tour stop was a little tighter. So only Trapper and Shawnee and Silk and Jay were the only ones that were backstage because it was totally different environment. So me and Kerwin and God, I forget who else was there. I mean, like I said, I know Aaron was there. Dean and Huntington Beach was with us. So it was a good time. But anyways, that was that. But then afterwards, when we went back, Trapper disappeared for a long time and then showed back up. And then he was the one that was knocking on my door at like 2:00 in the morning wanting to party. I'm like, yeah, dude, we got to get up.
Why was he at the hospital with the...
We never got the story.
And we'll never know now.
Never know now.
Wild.
The dude was when he came knocking on my door, it was literally 2:00 in the morning. He had a dress shirt on, like halfway buttoned down, boxers, and his hair was like all disheveled. And he's like, "Hey, you always want to party?" I'm like,
That dude went hard.
I said, dude, I am so sorry. We have an early flight. We have to get out of here at 7. So yeah, I mean, I'm so sorry. We're a little tapped out. We gotta go to bed.
Vic says there were back-to-back tour stops, back-to-back years. It's like 99 and 2000 or something like that.
Yeah, because I feel like it had to have been 99, somewhere around there. Because I feel like because I feel like he did the Houston tour stop, and then it was the Houston tour stop was. I didn't go to that one. That one, Kerwin said was, oh my God, was Poindexter still around? Was he still around when you started listening?
Who? Sorry.
Poindexter.
I've heard that name.
Poindexter was, oh my God.
I know names, the old way back. I know names, but I can't put calls to their names. I just recognize.
Let's just say Poindexter wasn't as crazy as what do you call it from Terrence, but let's just say he could party. He's another one.
Terrence. Look, Terrence is he's a handful. I'm trying to choose my words here. He's my favorite caller of all time, but he is slowly destroying himself.
Yeah, I mean, what's scary is it's a handful. Having him, I mean, I just want to know who brought him there. Did his brother bring him? I mean, how did he get there?
Last time someone picked him up, the one he was at where Pool Doc ended up, Pool Doc and Steve, someone went out and picked him up and drove him there. But I know like Fabian's needed Ubers home or rides home or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. I mean, so my whole thing, I was going to try to call today, just just because I knew they were going to do the thing. I didn't have time. I had meetings with a couple of new clients. So, but one of the things I was thinking is and I said it on the show. I completely forgot that when you're Zooming with Jim, Lauren will switch the shot. It'll be you by yourself.
Yes.
And then he'll switch it to you and Jim.
Yes.
And he did that to me. And so it wasn't just me staring at myself, which is bad enough because of the delay. But then there was times when he flipped it over, and so that was when I all of a sudden went off, and I couldn't remember where I ended because I ultimately forgot a little part that I did want to say, and then he flipped the screen, and then the screen flipped over to just me, and then all of a sudden I saw my hands kind of move, and I'm like, I can't remember. And I'm like, and I had a really funny line for Clinton, Mississippi, because that guy just was such a creep, but I just couldn't remember. Like, it was like that key. I needed that key word. And then I could have just kept on going. Because I generally memorized what I wanted to say. Right. And then I was just changing up as I was going.
I still have a whiteboard with bullet points.
Just never even dawned on me.
Listen.
Because I've never done that.
The thing is, listen. You got a lot of, you know what to do different next time. You got a lot of experience out of that one call.
Yeah.
Until that light goes live and you're on there and it's like, whoa. It's another thing when you're on Zoom, because you were Zooming into the after show.
And you're talking to somebody.
And
you're having a conversation.
Whereas you've got thing you're going down a list of things and it's memory. Listen, I took 4 years of drama in high school, and there's nothing worse than forgetting a line and you got people watching you. It's one of the most terrifying things that can happen.
Well, and that's what happened. And then and that was exactly what happened. And I just needed the word so I can just the word wouldn't come. I just needed that next word. So then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what I wanted to keep saying. and I also wanted to keep a certain kind of energy flow, as opposed to, because again, I don't know, there's all sorts of studies and about men's voices to women's voices, and if you don't have and for the most part, women and men both rather listen to men speak than women. Just their voices are just usually either interesting, sexy, fun. There's quite a gamut, and as somebody who was in church for 30 years and listened to all sorts of men, I always much rather listen to a man talk than a woman. So I was also trying to think, okay, how am I going to keep this interesting and energetic? And so, yeah, so there was a few things.
Wow,
and,
if you had that in your head, you were already dealing with something
I mean, dude, I'm up against. I mean, again, all I wanted to do was get through the entire call. That was all I wanted to do, and just like be able to go. I'm sorry, I have my screen tipped different this time, so I'm like,
you and looking at screens is not a good idea. Maybe you should just stare at the wall and talk.
Well, it's so funny because I used to have my
Are you watching
screen
your hands?
horizontal, and it's vertical right now. So
are you watching your hands?
Yeah, and I'm watching my hands.
Why is?
But anyways, though, no. So yeah, but the other thing was I didn't have the people that were helping me at the radio station. They were literally standing behind me and to my right, and just off behind, just next to it, like in the hallway. And they all downloaded X so they could watch. This was, and they're going, okay, so literally, I mean, it was like, it's like I get the message, hey, your Zoom's going up, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then they're kind of talking to me, and I'm going, okay, I need to just concentrate. Don't talk to me anymore. So I was trying to just go over everything, and I just wanted to do a run through, and I didn't have time to do a run through, so. It's all good. It's all good.
Listen,
I wanted to do better.
You got a lot of experience. You know a lot of things to do, and the people that did very well with it have reps. Now, was that V's first or second? I forget.
That was who's V?
V and the Fee. Yeah, was that his
was
first
his
or
second one? But that was something else that I thought was interesting, because the one thing I did notice is either people called in, just regular landline, or everyone who did like a video, none of them put themselves on the video. Like V's was brilliant. It was almost like he could have just been reading. Right. And I know he wasn't. But it helped.
I mean, there were people that did, like Mark in Hollywood did. Brad did.
But even just those tombstones, cue cards.
Right.
Oh, James in Portland, Amber. I mean, all of that stuff. It was like, there's a freaking cue card right there. Oh, hey, I'm going to say this. And I was like, God, that was brilliant. But my best friend was the one that called me all offended because she doesn't listen to the show. She doesn't watch sports, and of course she's freaking out because she's all about this. But she's like, that guy Brad, he had cue cards. You could see him in his glasses, and I'm like, what? And she goes, V. She's like, V should have won.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, you don't even know what they're talking about, but it was pretty funny.
Did you go back and see Brad's video?
I glanced at it, but I could see something in his glasses, but I couldn't tell. I mean, his head was so.
We're gonna let me find that while we're talking. This will be.
But yeah, no. All in all, though, I mean, obviously, I wanted to do better for the show and do better for you guys and everything. And I was so bummed, and I was really bummed for the radio station because they were working so hard. And thank God at 10:30 that morning, John Palmentary DM'd me, and he's like, Gail, I'm so sorry. I have to go do some live shots at a few areas. I don't know if I can get there by 12. And I'm like, actually, thank God you can't. So I'm like, it's okay, dude. It's okay.
What do you mean? So you were glad that he wasn't there because it took pressure off?
Well, no, I'm glad he wasn't there because I flamed out, and that would have been horrible.
Got it. Okay,
yeah. So he had DM'd me that morning, and we had been talking. We had been talking over the last couple weeks, but he was just so busy. He's got a lot going on, and then I should have just said, instead of him coming, how about just send me a video clip or an audio
But it's
that
too
I could have
late by
just
then.
Well, that's what I should have said at the
Right.
beginning. But my whole crescendo
It's better if
was-
it's live.
Yeah, and that was going to be the whole crescendo, because after him seeing where I was, when I was going to end my call going, well, here we are back at the beginning, and then I was going to introduce the young man who has Rome's job right now as the Gaucho voice of the Gaucho Sports, and he was going to tell a joke, kind of like a funny joke, and then I was going to say, but it wouldn't be, anything without my helper, and I was going to just have John Palminteri come in, say something nice,
That would have
and
been
then
awesome.
and then just freaking
Yeah.
scream I love James Kelly or James Kelly forever, and because I had nothing for James, and I'm like, well, I can't do a call without that, so I
That's
just
funny.
thought but yeah, so
You know what's funny is I knew, I don't know how many people you told, but I knew about Palminteri showing up there, and when you got run, I'm like, oh my God, that guy went all the way down there and he didn't get on. So yeah, I thought for the whole time that he was waiting there, and he's probably
no,
why did I come down here?
I had specifically told Tom, I said, hey, Tom, this is what I got going on. And Tom was so excited. I said, I said, the radio station is a go. I said, the only thing is Mr. Palminteri doesn't know if he can make it, and he's trying to work out his schedule because he's dealing with the World Series and then a bunch of stuff's going on in Santa Barbara. Believe it or not, now it's actually, little crime has been going on in Santa Barbara.
What?
So yeah, believe it or not, man, we had like a stabbing. We're like, what the hell?
A stabbing?
Yeah, stabbing at a grocery store. It's like, what? So yeah, So I mean, just been a lot of like things going on, and he's the on the beat guy. So anyways,
let's look at Brad on your face right now. I've got it zoomed in. That is the cue card right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Yep. I saw it after he told me on the phone he had it. I went and looked for it and I found it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and I don't know. So back in those days, we used to say that that the Cablinasian looked like Garth Brooks. Had a little Garth Brooks look about him, a chunkier version.
There you are.
Yeah, we're in the back seat, but I don't know whose car that is. I don't know
You didn't make out with Shawnee, did you?
What?
You didn't make out with Shawnee. You were in the back seat
No.
with him?
Shawnee's a married man. He was married.
Was he?
And yeah. No.
Whenever I was in the back seat with somebody, he usually made
No. It was very everything's very platonic
I get
there. Yes. So, but anyways, but
Vic
yeah.
he found a schedule of the tour stop. Let's see.
Who did?
Vic.
Vic did? Oh, wow.
So there we go. So he's got Sacramento, California was tour stop 20 and then 28. So 1999 and 2002. Okay.
Okay, that's what it was. 99.
2000 there. Oh, that was Ohio. Okay. So they were 3 years apart. There's Portland, Oregon. You know, because of my fucking job, I have not been able to go to any of the tour stops in Portland. Because my job is like, you've got to submit your vacation days.
Oh, yeah.
In December for the whole year. Well, tour stops get announced like 3 months out. So when they announced them, it's like, I got jobbed. The one he flew around in the helicopter, I didn't get to see it. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that was the one that we were at. Was Vic at that one as well? Did he go to the 99?
He thought he was at 2000. Well, there wasn't. Yeah, 2000. So the second one. So 99, he was at the 2001. He thought.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to say I'm 99% positive it was the 99.
He might have been.
I feel like it was 99 because we had there was a string of things that I felt like kind of collided in the first like from the time the CD came out. It seemed like we were just doing a bunch of stuff, and I feel like the Sacramento tour stop was not that long after the Phoenix tour stop, so it might have been just a year after.
Phoenix was 98, according to this. And Sacramento 99.
It was 99, right?
Yeah.
So that sounds about right. Yeah, those were good times. Yeah, that was, oh my God.
Or 2000. Yeah, it's the way this map had, there's not dates on some of these. So
yeah, and I can't remember if everybody flew in. I can't remember because Kerwin doesn't fly. So I don't remember if they drove up or if they flew up. But
it's
my
only
friend
a
and
6-hour drive. It's not horrible.
Yeah, no, but it's still, I mean, so they might have.
I mean, the horrible part about it is going through Fresno and Bakersfield. It's just a big old wasteland, like a Mad Max movie through that stretch.
Oh, that stretch of the 5 where you're just going.
Just ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly, and it's only 2 lanes, and if the friggin' semi is trying to get his way out of a slow semi, and he just zips into your lane, and you're just like, ah.
Like when Rome was talking about, or I don't know if it was Rome, someone was talking about Anderson split pea soup. Yeah, I used to look for that landmark because I knew we were almost to the Grapevine. And then you go up and over that. Of course, Magic Mountain, you lived at the top of the Grapevine.
Right there. Yeah, that was actually considered the bottom.
Because we drove that to go to my grandparents' house.
Right. So. Yeah, no, definitely. Anderson split pea just closed down.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just closed down.
For good?
Yeah, unfortunately. It became a hole, sadly.
Last time I went there was my grandfather's funeral.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it closed down in the last couple of years, I want to say.
Down there.
I think it closed down in the last couple of years.
What a pisser. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I think the sign's still up on the freeway, though.
Yeah, everything good closes down. Santanella is the location of Anderson's pea soup. Apparently, it was the location of Anderson's split pea soup. Now it's
just a building sitting on the side,
Now it's just
empty.
Anderson's split.
And it's just like the driveway. It's just like got what do you call it? Weeds growing just in the cracks. So that was hideous.
Right. That's too bad.
Anyways, though, so that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say sorry that I didn't do better.
Sorry.
Yeah,
it's and you're gonna do it next time, right?
Remember Kerwin said, don't do it just to do it. If you have something good, and I felt like I had a kind of an interesting take. My whole take, had I actually got through it, was the fact that there's only ever been 6 women invited to the Smack Off, and I thought
Rachel.
The idea it was actually Julie in Portland. A girl named
I don't remember Julie.
Oh God, her name was Julie in Portland. There was a girl named, oh God, where is Vic? I got a raunchy chick from the barrio stuck in my head, but it was like I can't remember her name right now, but she was from Sacramento, and they used to call her Ghetto Chick from Sacramento, the Ghetto Chick from Sacktown.
Before my time.
And then Lisa in Green Bay.
I remember Lisa. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Lisa in Indy.
Yeah, no, Lisa in Green Bay, and then Rachel, Amber, and me. So that's why I said the first 3 nobody really could even name unless you're the CEO or Silk, and then that's why I at least got my Alvin DeLauro joke off, which was the one I did want to get off.
That was funny.
But that was a good one, right?
Jim thought that was really good.
But anyways, then and actually in one sense it's probably good that I wasn't able to get to Amber's stuff, because I had Amber coming in like a wrecking ball and just doing all sorts of shit to the jungle, and sounds like that wasn't going to end up happening. but her and I were DMing, but she said she had a lot of sports. And I said, you know what? I said, okay. I said, well, I'm really mainly just doing Clone Smack, and I'm going to feed in a couple little sports things. But
you can do sports, but it's got to have punchlines.
Yeah, and I have not heard any of the Smack Off. I haven't heard anybody's calls.
Yeah,
except I haven't heard James, Vic's. I haven't heard anybody's calls. The only ones I actually heard were the last 2 were V's, and because I had to take a little downer. I was pretty bummed, in the sense, not bummed for myself. I just wanted to do better as one of the 2 women. I wanted to do better.
Well, you might have put too much pressure on yourself.
I maybe I did, man. I might have. I mean, I felt confident, but then I did start, yeah.
My opinion, I think whether you call or do another Zoom, whatever you do,
Yeah.
I think you should do it because you don't want to fall off the horse and that's your last time riding the horse, right? You want to get back.
Exactly.
So I would do it at least one more time and get a good one done, and then you got a good rep. And then if you don't want to do it anymore, I would stop doing it. But I would not end on that.
Oh, no. Well, it's interesting. I can't remember if I was talking to you or I was chatting with V. It was interesting. This is just my thought. And just something for the chat to think about. Had Amber or I zoomed in and stuck our head on our snatch and then went up to our knockers and started licking them, is that going to be a Pornhub or is that still going to be a smack off call?
There is. So that's the double standard.
I mean, seriously, I was thinking about that briefly and I'm like,
listen, look, it's not fair. There's a double standard. Just like Bella saying, I want to get D. If a guy goes, I'm going to Spain to get a lot of T and A, it's like, woo! But if a woman says, I'm going to get a lot of D, then it's like, oh! So there is a double standard.
But that's what I was saying. I was thinking to myself, so that's going to be kind of interesting. I mean, it's low-hanging fruit. What he did, it was funny. But it was definitely funny. But I was thinking as the day went on and everything, and I'm like going, wait a second, Amber and I couldn't have done that. That would have turned into a friggin' Pornhub.
Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, I get what you're saying. What's up, Vic?
How you doing?
How's it going, man? So
good to see you. Nice to meet you.
You too.
You guys haven't talked?
No, never spoken. Never spoken. Just listened to him over the years. That's it.
Were you? I remember. Did you memorize your call or what?
I memorized. I memorized my call, but I had certain key words that were going to be the word to start the next phase of what I was going to be saying. And I got tripped up and the word just left my head. And that was the word I was counting on. And
it's hard. It's hard to just memorize the whole thing.
Yeah.
You use bullet points?
You could pull it off. You could pull it off maybe 7 out of 10 times.
I could take a little downer. I was bummed, in the sense.
That's all right.
Not bummed for myself. I just wanted to do better.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Hold on.
Vic,
you could pull it off points, right? Maybe 7 out of 10 times, but one of those 3 times where you screw up might be while you're live, So,
and I think had I not been zooming, it would have happened because it happened at my phone call. I forgot the word because I memorized that call as well. I was mainly just I knew things I wanted to say, but I added some stuff. But I already had a chunk of things I wanted to say in that original phone call that got me the invite. But I was able to wing the rest of it. But I did have a section that I knew I wanted to talk about and stuff. And But zooming in was what was different than just talking on the phone. And you couldn't move around. That was the other problem. I needed to walk around.
Yeah, I decided not to Zoom because I wasn't going to do anything. So it was just going to be me talking to the camera. So I was like, if that's all I'm doing, then I'll just do a phone call.
Right.
Mark had an interesting take. He never showed up, but he used pictures of other guys in his.
Yeah.
That was kind of a nice way of not doing a Zoom.
Right.
Doing a call, but then having that. And you know what? That isn't unique to his call because in the past, some of the callers, when CBS was running it, they sent CBS a package and said, can you run the pictures in this order? Because this is how I'm going to do the jokes. But when you have control over when they show up, it's a lot easier. You can, you're not counting on someone else. So
yeah.
So Vic, you got to go last. I'm guessing from just
not by choice.
That's what I thought because it sounds like some people that were supposed to show up didn't. And then
I don't know.
It screwed up the order. Like John and Little Rock's not going last in a normal smack off or near the end.
Yeah, with guys like John and Little Rock and some of the other guys, I think they squeeze some of those guys in sometimes because they know they can give them like a minute and a half or 2 minutes
Yeah.
There's a
But
little
this
gap,
time-
but they're not gonna put some of the rest of us in with only a little gap, you know.
Right.
So I think that's because some people are like, why do those guys even get a slot? You know, you're sometimes like, well, because it's a small little 2-minute slot, and you can
Right.
fit that guy in there. But
KC got ran. Well, he didn't get run. KC ran out of time because they put him up
Yeah.
against a break.
yeah, but he did get. I think he did have like 3.5 minutes, so it wasn't like a tiny spot. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a little under 4 minutes. So,
So
it's
Rome-
not like they gave him just very little time, but he had some. And also, he was going really slow with that like Vader mask.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that kind of lengthened out his call too.
Right.
You know, so
So Rome read one of you were in a thread today, and he read the thread that you were saying you had to trim fat to try to get down to 4.5, and some of these guys are going 7. What?
yeah.
What's your thought on that? You think nice and tight, or I mean, we've asked this in the past. Some of your stuff that ends up on the floor is pretty funny.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
No, and it's hell. It's hell sometimes when deciding what to cut and stuff. It's like I imagine that's what some like film directors get like when they just
Yeah.
don't want to cut their favorite scenes, you know,
Right.
and they have to.
right?
And it's hell sometimes cutting it down. And I always try to be like cognizant of the limit. But it's not a new thing. I mean, Iafredi over the years has had some like 7-minute calls. That winning tandem call with Mike and Indy and Chael, that one went like 7 minutes and change.
That one
so-
worked though because it was something that had never been done before. So 7 minutes
Yeah.
on that versus 7 minutes of just smack. Like, look, Iafredi's done some calls where I'm starting to fall asleep.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that was one of the points. And if you look back, I forget what smack off it was, but it's a pretty funny line. Like Rome takes the call and it's Mike DeTola, and Mike greets him with like, "Hey, Rome, you got a segment?"
Oh,
And and Mike does like a 7+ minute call, and when he hangs up, Rome is like, "Man, he wasn't kidding when he asked me if I have a segment." You know? So it's not
Foreshadowing.
anything new. Rome, I think, hasn't wanted to set strict rules because he wants to leave some judgment room there, and that's fine. And I think it is true what I mentioned in that third. It's like the calls from those two guys didn't necessarily feel that long,
yeah.
although Mark's did feel longer. But I was watching Brad's call, and then I looked at the time, and I'm like, damn, he took 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, it didn't feel as long as that.
It's because it was
So-
segmented. He started with a call, then he
Yeah.
went to the head and the penis and licking his own nipple. Then he went to Shawnee's boobs, motorboated and did all that. And then he went
Right.
to Shawnee and Gail's picture. So
Yeah.
it was like a book
That kept it
with
fresh, yeah.
chapters.
It
Yeah.
kept it from feeling as long. Yeah.
Right.
So that helped. And that was funny. Rome's comment was funny because he's like, on the show today, he's like, well, how do you know that Mark going that long didn't hurt him? Maybe that's why I slotted him down. And for example, in the last smack off, Rome said it was a very, very close call between the two Marks. But Mark in Boston was like a very lean 3.5 minutes. And
Yeah.
Mark was like 7. So to me, that makes it an easy call. Like
Right.
if it's a tough call at all, give
Right.
it to the short, lean guy, you know? And maybe that played a factor in Rome's decision. He's like, well, all things being equal, Mark was too long. So I'll give it to the other
He's
Mark.
in the chat right now. He says, Vic, the Luigi Mangione line was fire, bro.
Who said that?
B. B in the feed.
B in the feed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I like that. Yeah. I don't know if like more than 20% of the people got it though, you know?
I missed some of them because I was at a watch party and I was driving there. I missed Gail's live. I had to go back and watch it.
You didn't miss anything.
No, I heard it on the radio, but seeing the video and it's a totally different experience.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
these calls was great. Yeah, I mean,
When
I'll
he
be
chucked
back.
when he chucked those clippers down,
Well,
I'm like, are you freaking
I
kidding
thought
me?
I thought it was great because like I'm talking about like when I went back and watched it, right? Because the day of I wasn't really paying too much attention,
Yeah.
and I expected it to be like very very high energy call, like but lacking in like the lines and the jokes. but when I saw that it wasn't. And Ro mentioned it today too. Like even the little snippets of notes in like the cardboard thing
on the cardboard, right?
Yeah,
Well-
and then like all those little details were funny. Even something as minor as like Brad's gravestone saying BIC,
Bitch.
but he's got like a little tiny T and H making it.
Yes.
You know, all those little details add up. So yeah, that call.
Was it Amber or James in Pornland? Was it James
No,
in
it was just
Pornland
it was
and
just
Amber?
It was just yeah. It
Amber
just
was a
Amber
different
and
one. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then somebody's cause of death was funny too. I forget what it was, but it said like the cause of death, and that was funny. And I think I caught something funny in like the top 5 list that he gave to rank. Like here's the 5 quarterbacks that are better. I know I saw Alvin's name in there.
I didn't see it. That's the thing is some of it went so fast until
It went a
today.
little too fast, yeah.
Until Jim said it today, I did not know a chainsaw because it was a blur.
No, it wasn't a chainsaw. It was a hedger. It was a
there was a hedger, but then Jim said there was a chainsaw. Well, V, you tell us what it was.
No,
what was the second?
it was hand clippers and then a hand hedger.
That's right. Yeah.
Jim said it
It was an old, yeah.
It was fast.
But here's another thing. Like I think in a couple of short instances, it chopped a little, like with the connection.
Right. Oh
So
yeah.
that made
I
it-
saw it where it got hung and then it
Yeah.
quickly moved
So that
forward.
would make it even choppier. Like if he moves on,
Yeah.
and you saw those hedge cutters, and at that exact moment it gets choppy, then it makes it even easier to miss it. You know.
Right. And
then Silk,
that's what you run into with Wi-Fi. You got to watch.
Yeah, and Silk froze up at the end of his call, but he was already at the end, so Rome just jumped in. But yeah, it was actually kind of fortunate that more people didn't have
you watch Silks
call
again,
ruining issues with the technology. You know.
Yeah.
If you watch Silks again, he was rattled for about 30 seconds after Terrence dropped the F word. He got like a white, like panicky. And then he was trying to recover, and he was like moving around, and you could see he was like, and then he calmed down. But man, for 30 seconds, he was in panic. I bet he was wondering, like, am I even still on the air?
Oh,
Because
that's brutal.
Terrence.
Yeah.
What the hell? Dude?
No, for sure.
That was a gutsy move to put him on there, especially after he had been. I mean, when did he come? When did he actually do his call? Was it the second segment? Was it this?
It was
second
after
hour?
Mark went. Mark.
No, it was Mark
first.
then me, and then I don't know who was after me because
I don't
then
know.
I
'Cause I
had
was driving to the watch party. I missed the
think
videos. So
I
I had to go
think
back
it
and
might have been
watch them.
Silk after you.
yeah.
V says, appreciate that, Vic. You're my legend, my dude. And then he says it was a hand hedger.
The hand hedger, right? Right.
Jim
That
said it was a chainsaw today, and I actually thought that was funny. Like, oh shit. You go from
clearly
clippers to a
clearly
chainsaw.
Rome doesn't do any yard work.
Well, that's true. He admits that.
When he said chainsaw, I'm like, chainsaw? Have you never seen a bush
this
hedger
is his
before?
quote. I am not very handy around the house.
Yeah, he's not the one running to Home Depot. I'm sure it's his wife.
No, I don't think it's Janet either. I think they call the guy to run to Home Depot. Like, hey, we need our tree trimmed. Come and trim it.
Come and trim it. There you go. Yeah, I was actually going to go down. Silk DM'd me and said, "Hey, do you want to come down for the party?" And I said, "If my situation doesn't work out, I'll come down." So I was going to do that, but actually probably good that I didn't. But ultimately, I was going to do that, and then I was going to have Kerwin. I was going to tell Kerwin to come meet us there as well, but my radio station thing worked out. They were just having a little bit of problem. They did a lot to let me go do it up at the radio station. They moved people around and locked doors and did all sorts of stuff so I could be in there. So that was pretty cool of them.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah,
And
it was fun. It had
face?
potential.
Have you gone back and watched it? You probably don't want to watch it.
No, I can't. I don't know.
Go back and watch it and see Jim's face. When he realized where you were, he went like this. He went,
"Oh, that's cool."
Yeah, he was.
That's cool.
Shocked.
Yeah. So I if I get a chance tomorrow, like I said, I felt like I wanted to let him know about what the radio station did, and to let him know that John Palminteri was so bummed that he couldn't make it, because he really did. That would have been a fun
You definitely
surprise
should
for
call
him.
sometime this week. You should.
Yeah, I should try to call. Yeah, I'll try to call.
Yeah.
So,
What's your
But-
next play, Vic? Other than you'll be in 31.
Say that. What's
your
my
next
play?
I like
know.
how you at least call in during the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing. Maybe I call more, but I always say that. I always say I'm gonna start calling more, and then you just get distracted and don't do it.
Even
Do you
once a month
listen?
is
Do you listen
nice.
all day? Do you listen every day?
Not every day, and not for the whole time. But
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go on a streak where I do listen like 6 straight days,
Mhm.
but usually not sit down the whole 3 hours. I'll listen a few seconds, especially if like Rome goes on like a couple of straight interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll put something else on, and then I'll fire off a tweet. And then oftentimes I won't even know if they read it or not, because by that time I left somewhere. But
Right.
I have been keeping up, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just not daily.
What?
But I'm in the mix, yeah.
What do you think about the time change? Better, worse? This doesn't matter.
I lean towards it was better before, but part of that is just it was so much tradition,
Right.
But just for this smack off though, I preferred I actually preferred this for the smack off because I'm like a horrible procrastinator and I'm always just finishing stuff at the last moment.
Nice.
And this gave me a bit more time. And to go back to like me going last, I said that it wasn't by choice, but not, I mean, it kind of was. They did kind of give me the general choice of like late second hour or start of the third hour. So I knew I wasn't going like before then, So in that sense, also, I had until 2 p.m. my time to keep coming up with ideas or cutting things out,
Mhm.
And it's funny, like, because at the very last second, I thought of like I was thinking of a way to say, like, set up the Brad insurance joke. And I was just going to say something like, this D-bag is one of these insurance weasels who always tries to deny people their coverage,
Oh.
Right.
But it was kind of wordy. So then, like right before I went on, it just like, it occurred to me to do that thing where like, just make it quicker and like a jungle reference. And that's when I asked Rome, like, why? So Brad's some big insurance guy, Rome. You know why he sells so much insurance? Because he denies so much insurance.
Right.
Yeah, perfect.
I was like, all right, that works. That's
Nice,
snappier.
tight, yes.
And it just kind of came to me
Nice
at
and
the
tight,
last,
exactly.
like 10 seconds before I went on, I thought of it. So
Excuse me.
I
That's
needed
good.
every second there.
What is your biggest shock of who didn't show up?
Probably Caleb.
That's where I would go too.
Because he, like Rick, I guess I hadn't been following, but some people Rick hadn't tweeted anything for like 4
Jim
months or
said
something.
he got promoted, and that kind of messed with things.
Yeah, but then someone mentioned that Twitter thing, like he hasn't tweeted since June or something, so he's pretty
I
disconnected.
didn't even know.
And
I thought
then-
it'd been like 9-10 months since.
Well, if he
I
got
didn't even-
promoted, let's just say he was a teacher, now he's like a vice principal or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That would
But
change
we
your
had
whole
heard that, and then
way.
Benny didn't surprise me because Benny, I thought always was like, what's the word? Like I'm trying to give him a compliment. Like he's kind of cool, chill dude,
Right.
So I could see him saying like, I'm done with this,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
too cool for this stuff. But like Caleb has always been really into it. He just was the champ like 2 years ago. But
Yeah.
it seems like maybe he's decided to just move on already. and
He
get on
has
with
a
other things.
girlfriend. That so that changes things. I mean,
that maybe it made him have some kind of like life epiphany.
yeah.
Be like,
Yeah.
you know
Well,
what, man?
here's the
Like,
thing too. If you don't listen to the show regularly, you don't. It's like you don't have. You've got to be plugged in to have material. Because if you're out too long, you don't know what's going on in the jungle for the jokes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's current? What's the hot joke? Running joke? We got a lot of running jokes in the jungle. So.
yeah, so it's almost like you got to be fully in or not in at all,
Right.
Which always surprised me when someone like Aya Frady would come in, even after missing a few years, and he's super busy, and then he's dropping all these references, like he's sitting there plugged in every
Right.
single day,
Right.
So how does this guy know all these things?
If you didn't listen to the 3 hours of show or 2 hours of show a day and you just went to Stucknut and caught the 10, 15 minutes of what the funniest stuff, because Stucknut's not putting interviews and whatever. They're putting the funny calls and the funny bits. And you could probably stay plugged in with 20 minutes of Stucknut every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be relevant.
But I was unplugged to the point where a lot of these new callers I couldn't even place. Like when certain new callers came in, like Jeff in Southfield, or when V started calling, you could place them right away, But when Rome was like, we go to Steve, and I'm like, who was that again?
That was me as well. I was because
Dre. I thought it was Dre in NoCal, and then I saw and it was Dre in like out east somewhere. And he had a really funny line about the LeBron and Jordan thing, where he's like, would you rather go to a hottie's house 6 times and smash 6 times, or go to her house 10 times and walk out of there with blue gonads 4 of those 10 times? So I like that, and it was an actual like sports take or sports reference, which I always prefer.
He top 10. He got number 10. Did a good job.
Okay.
So and
which knocked me out
was funny.
Was that the guy that called? Was that the guy that called today and said he had been listening for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then Rome is like, Casey is an old school of the old school, and I'm like, who's Casey again? Like,
yeah.
Well, that's why it's so funny. Is though, Gail, right? He's old school, right?
I don't know. Casey,
you don't know either? Oh, I thought he was like back in that original generation. Okay, well then.
So I actually went to the take box to search his name, and I did find some of his calls. The oldest one was, I'm not saying he doesn't have older than that, but the oldest in the take box was from 2016.
Oh, okay,
and it was a pretty good call. I like that he's got like good energy and stuff, but he obviously with the Darth Vader mask, it changed his voice completely.
Right.
I didn't even know if he was a white guy, a black guy. I didn't know anything about
him.
Yeah. But, I'm surprised of all the old schools that it's only the Cablinasian. Technically, you would be, because you started calling when? When did you start calling?
Like 2006 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just I mean,
funny. I remember when I thought Vic was new, like Vic and Brad. That was like a infusion of new blood into the thing. And it's like I still kind of think of them as that new generation. It's like they've been doing this.
I know.
It's the time just flies. But I remember you calling in for your first smack off the night before, saying it was going to be, oh man, it's going to be epic, and then you didn't call. And I'm like, what the hell? And then you got Vic and no call.
I did call.
But you didn't know that.
I did. No, you're right. I did not get on, but I hit redial like 200 damn times that morning.
Right.
And it was nothing but busy single.
Didn't you wait? You didn't start early. You like waited like.
No. I actually in the call. I said, I mentioned something like, I'm even going to come in early and give you guys plenty of time to knock me down, because I was going to have 2 hours to call. And in the third hour, I was not going to be able to. I had to take off. I actually postponed something a couple hours so that I had those couple hours, So I started dialing early, like right away.
Oh, man.
There was nothing but busy signals. And then later, and also remember, this is like, so this was 2007. Just remember, in those days, not everyone had like a phone attached to their hips.
Right. You had to be on a landline.
Well, not just that, but if you want to check if you have an email or something, you got to go to your laptop, refresh the inbox, see if there's anything there or whatever. And then later, like once it was over or whatever, I see an email from Jay Stu in the third hour, like, hey man, we're looking for you. Here, dial the hotline. Here's the hotline. Dial it,
Dial
and I was thinking, like,
hotline.
well, you guys screwed up and not giving it to me earlier.
That's right. You're trying to go through the regular lines. That's right.
Yeah.
You didn't have the hotline number. Okay.
Well, that was part of my confusion too, because I'm like, if there's a few people calling, why the hell am I having so much trouble getting a signal?
Right.
And then it was maybe Jay Stu who explained it to me. He's like, well, that's because on a regular day we clear a bunch of people out, but in the smack off we got like say 4 or 5 lines. And each one of those lines has a guy on it. ready to be put in.
Yep.
And that's why there's nothing open.
Yep.
And that's why you get all those busy signals.
Yep.
So yeah, at the time, like it kind of pissed me off, like taking shit for that. Like I had to apologize for anything. It's like, cause I swear, man, at the time I felt like a total, I was asking myself, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I? Cause I thought maybe that was like my one and only smack off. I wasn't planning on continuing to do it, you know?
Right.
And I'm sitting there putting off some work thing or whatever, hitting Readout a bunch of times to try to get on a radio contest, and I had to wonder like what I was doing. It made me reflect, like, what am I doing with my life, man? What the hell is this? Why?
Was there a gift back then? I don't even remember.
Huh? And I'm one of the millions that was lighting you up and saying Vic and no call, and I mean, it is like a piranha, piranha, and when one gets wounded, they all go after the piranha that's wounded and eat it.
And they still, some of them still bring it up to this day, man.
Of course.
Well, actually, that short clip that I played of Iafrate last time, telling me, why don't you go back, Vic? Do your original strategy of not even calling in, and the clip I played was like, "We're begging you, Broadway, do not waste our time with this year's losing call," and he was still bringing that up, the last smack off. Which is kind of ironic because when you think about it, it's like, how many damn times has Iafrate not called in?
Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like,
listen, if you're not Vic and no call, I don't remember you. Like Flamian. I remember Flamian.
Right.
Because of his first call. If he calls in and it's like some average call, I don't know who that is. But he flamed out. No. And then, I mean, I remember you because you were Vic and no call, and it was like a great bit for a while. And so if you just called in and you did your thing and you finished 5th or 2nd, I mean, if you finished first, I would remember, but you're in the top 5 or whatever. I'm like, new guy or whatever. And it's like, like Stephen Green Bay. I mean, he finished in the top 10. It was funny or whatever, but am I going to remember that in 5 years? No. I'll remember Brad won. I'll remember V came in 2nd.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to remember. I'll remember Gail.
Oh yeah,
because it was
sure
legendary.
I mean, I've embarrassed myself anymore. I had to, everybody does understand why I wore that ridiculous costume, right?
Well, I figured because everyone thinks you're so nice, you went with the
exactly.
devil,
that was the whole. That was the whole crux because everybody thinks I'm nice. So I thought, well, I mean, do I wear some cheesy? And actually, I don't know. Did either of you listen to Stucknuts show? And listen to Mark in Boston. Mark in Boston said, I don't know about that, calling up wearing a costume. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Weren't you the one wearing a costume last year?
I'm wondering if he wasn't being tongue in cheek on that.
Oh, okay, because he sounded awfully serious in that call because he was also like, man, my kids have to go trick or treating, and it's really hard for me to make this call.
Right.
I'm like, did he just actually backhand me and he wore a costume last year? I just was stupid enough to wear it live.
So who wore costumes? You, KC, Darth Vader, you. Was there another one? Mark didn't, but he had people in costumes.
Other than Rome's entire crew, which was shocking. Everybody, they all wore costumes.
By the way, Lauren, if you're watching, nice brown nose move by not dressing up when everyone else did.
Everyone.
The GOAT wore a costume. The all-time Smack-Off winner did. Rich Flores.
The Joker. That was interesting when you're the only one dressed. That was weird, actually, with everyone normal and him dressed up as a Joker. You know what? Rich Flores, he does not give any fucks about what people think. So good for him.
Yeah. That's
he's
good stuff.
He's a 22-time champ.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
There you go.
Maybe I don't know, man. If I try any kind of production or whatever, maybe I'll enlist his services.
There you go.
Probably not.
Rich Flores would be a good WWE guy because you know how like the manager would always set up his guy to take a fall because he got more money from this guy over here. Rich has gone from left to Silk. I think he bounced back to left briefly. Anyway, it's hilarious.
Were you guys? I was kind of surprised about left. You guys weren't, because
that's another one I was surprised about. But
I wasn't, because I've been in contact with him, so he was kind of letting me know that he was iffy on being able to do it. So.
Is he? Listen, you guys talk in private. You don't need to say it here.
Yeah,
but he seems like he's grown past the show. But then he does the dog poop eating stunt.
Well, to a degree during the quote unquote regular season, Left doesn't listen as much anymore, and
got it.
And he sometimes asks me like, "Yo, who is that? Like, what's that?" Like, for example, I made a reference to like the Abby apparatus thing.
Yes.
And he's like, "What's that?" Like he didn't know that reference. And then I played him that call I made where I imitate the noise of the apparatus.
Yeah, that was a great
like,
call by that.
He was cracking up. He's like, "Dude, that's like one of the better calls I've heard."
That was a great
and then
call.
The other guy I did communicate with was I hadn't communicated with him in a couple of years, but actually Jeff in Richmond.
Nice.
I have his number, and every now and then he'll send me a text, and he's hilarious. Like the way he texts is almost like he's still in character, you know.
That's hilarious.
He's like, King Broadway, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I had to I had to umpire my girls' softball games, and I just couldn't do it. And you have what it takes to get on top, but you gotta get vicious with it again or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think you're as edgy as you used to be.
Maybe, yeah.
Now I'm not talking about Jay Moore edgy too, because that was like two people just like haymaker like that. Actually, even it was like awkward because it was almost like are these guys
serious?
Is this like really like? Do these guys want to like beat the shit out of each other?
Yeah, and he started it, so
right.
When I think back, I don't think I've started too many beefs, but when someone I was always trying to be more like Terrence, just do my jokes and sports stuff,
but they were a little more. It's almost like you're a little because you know these guys. You're like holding back a little bit. You're not letting the whole.
Yeah,
because you used to be like you'd have somebody be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah,
and now they're a little more civil.
I just haven't. I have, and also I get tired of like you know, I've been writing jokes about Brad for like 15 years, you know. So
right.
I had that stuff about Dana White, that whole take, and I'm like, I'd rather do that. I'd rather hit on Dana White, you know. And and I like that take and saying like, shit, man, he's got people cracking each other on the head until they go unconscious. Like, what's next? Russian roulette, you know? Like that's gonna sell. That would sell too, because Dana White's like, oh, it makes money, man. It gets viewers.
Makes money.
Yeah, Russian roulette would get viewers too, bro. Like.
Dude,
it doesn't make it right. You know?
Exactly.
So to
I
me,
didn't know he was doing the slap fights until you said that. I thought that was some other company. I didn't know that.
No, he's actually he took it over because he found out about it, and then I think he bought into it, and he's talked about it on Rome a couple times, and he said, "Oh, Jim, you don't know, man. You don't know the viewership we're getting and the ratings, you know." And so somebody told me like, that's part of the reason why you got downgraded too, man. Because you came at Rome's boy Dana.
That's
but
like
I was thinking
Wells going after Shohei Ohtani and getting banned.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
or kind of like when I went at Jocko Willink, but that one got back to Jocko and he got a kick out of it, and he like retweeted me, and the same thing would have happened. And Rome mentioned it. He's like, Vic, you got what you wanted, man. Jocko retweeted you, and I see Vic taking a victory lap on Twitter right now. And I'm thinking like Dana White would get the same kick out of that shit if he heard it.
Sure.
You know, Dana White's got a sense of humor about it, and he would have liked that. So I don't know. I'm not saying that's why Rome like downgraded it, but maybe.
No, I don't think that was. No, you didn't.
You
didn't get personal with it. You didn't go like in on Dana's wife or something. You know that was all business type jokes. No, I
so you mentioned I'm not as like I don't feel like getting too angry about other guys, but as far as edgy takes, I still kind of look for those. And so for example, this year one of them was talking about Gale. Actually, I said I don't know if that was I don't know if that was the best idea by Gale to go with the live Zoom. That might have been the worst decision since T.I. decided to save Scott Stapp's life.
Oh, I missed it.
I missed that one too. I missed it.
You missed that one? Yeah. So that like T.I. Do you know that story? Or?
Yes.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Well, the rapper T.I., right? Like I think Rome actually interviewed him once on the show not long ago. And Rome's like, so tell me that story about when you saved Scott Stapp's life. And it's like a true story. Like, Scott Stapp was staying like on the hotel room. I'm gonna mess it up, but let's say he was staying on the hotel room below T.I.
Yeah.
And he was on the balcony with some friends or something, and he looks down and he sees like Scott Stapp face down, like passed out, overdosed on his balcony, something like that. And then he like helps. He either goes down there or he calls 911, and he helped save Scott Stapp's life. So, so that was my take. I just wanted to squeeze that line somewhere. So I was like,
Nice.
okay,
That was a
that's
quick
probably
on
why I
your
missed
feet.
it. It's a
Quick on your
reference I
feet
didn't
right
get.
there.
I was just gonna crowbar it in somehow. I'm like, who can I say that about? And I wanted to crowbar another kind of edgy line, let's say, but I didn't find a way to do it. I needed to mention someone bragging about something so I could say, come on, man, that's not a good flex. That's got to be the weakest. You're gonna like this one. That's got to be the weakest flex since Bella B bragging about all the strange D she was gonna get in Portugal.
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to do that one too, but I couldn't find a way to like crowbar that in.
No
anywhere.
one gave you an opening.
No.
But I do still like lines like those that are like pushing it, or like V saying, "Hey man, get Caleb Williams' vein out of your mouth."
I know
that
was nasty.
The one that made Rome get up out of his chair and
No,
turn
yeah, it
around.
was.
That was fucking funny.
Well,
And that
that's
was
the
great.
thing, sir.
That's well done
sometimes I
too,
don't.
because it's really protected from being run. You know, like
Yeah.
it's camouflaged enough to where he didn't come out and say, "Hey, get the guy's dick out of your mouth."
Right.
He hit it,
Right.
right?
No, it was a good way of, yeah. Jay and Humboldt says Jay Moore getting called Toe J was classic. Would you
Toe
do that?
J.
Toe J?
I don't remember that. Toe
I
J.
don't remember that either.
Was that supposed to be like Toe Jam? Is that supposed to be?
Toe J.
Toe J. Toe J.
It's funny. You know what's funny about that is people remember lines that are like funny and like, oh my gosh. And then to another person, it's like, it was funny at the time, but it's not memorable.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's interesting what everyone finds funny.
Well, also, even Smack Off winning Collins, sometimes you think back and you don't quite remember like anything about, like when Caleb won, everybody remembers the Jim Rome show from Wisconsin, right? And then, but there are other years where like, you know, even like Mark in Boston, we remember him going there in a costume, but don't remember too many of his lines,
jokes.
you know?
Decamoo. I just remember the Decamoo and cow tipping, but
And
I mean, it was all real.
Wisconsin
it was all
accent.
actually.
I betcha we're gonna have the show.
But
the Decamoo and well, I mean, it's like the Whitey's Dad. I remember that song. I don't remember anything else about that call except the Whitey's Dad song.
Yeah,
which was freaking like. I knew that guy won as soon as he started doing it. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's the winner right there.
And I think
that was really good.
Oh,
I think that Whitey's Dad. Let me remember my jungle history here. I think so. Shawnee had a great call that year too, but Rome's like, oh man, and Shawnee nailed it that year. But Rome's like, you just didn't have that song, you know.
Right.
So he placed Shawnee too, but that was a stretch of years where, if it weren't for Shawnee getting second that day, he would have won like 4 straight.
Right.
Was that Iafredi's winning call? The Whitey's Dad? That was Iafredi, right? Because he played the piano.
That was the only thing that interrupted a streak of Sean from like 4 years, and the year that he didn't get it, he got second. So you had that whole block of years. But I mean, you could argue that too, because like one of those years we all thought
I thought Kerwin was going to win the year that Shawnee beat him. I think Kerwin came in second that year.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Like, 2000 or something.
But one of those like 2005-ish, we all thought like Terrence had a great call, and we were we were like, dude, just give it to Terrence, man. Like no one's gonna complain if he wins, and it's good.
Yes.
But Rome is like, no, it's Shawnee again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I used to get frustrated when Terrence wouldn't win, because I just wanted him to win one. He was my favorite call. He still is. I mean, obviously now I but based on back then, I would always wait in the car if I knew Terrence was on hold, and he would call a lot. I think it was Friday where he would call.
Well, was it Friday or Monday? He always
it was Friday. It was like the first possible so it wasn't like the first segment of the show, but like I guess the second segment after the break.
On a Friday. Okay.
On a Friday, like every sixth, like Rome would say it. Here he is, every fifth or sixth Friday he comes in. You know? And then like Greg in Vegas.
Yeah.
Greg in Vegas came second to Shawnee another year also, where a lot of people were like, dude, just give it to Greg. Like he had a kick-ass call, you know.
Right.
Oh,
and sometimes that happens with Brad nowadays. He's like the new Sean in that sense. Like he gets those close calls often going his way.
Right.
Instead of and I mean that's fine. Like, but you know, people are like, God, just give it a V, and it's fine, you know. Or when I got second a couple of years ago, some people were like, just give it a dick, man. Like
that was a freaking good call, man. When you got second.
Yeah, and I don't think Brad was as strong that year. So that was a good year for me to get it, but because Brad, that was the year where the end of his call was like a lot of that left wasn't on the helicopter, and you can follow on my podcast and blah blah. Like that whole ending stretch that he did, I didn't think was his strongest stuff, but he got it again that year too. So
were you? I was kind of surprised Mark won. I was kind of surprised Mark won 2 years ago. I didn't. I mean, it was good. It was.
Yeah,
but I wasn't like, oh my God, that was just
you get
amazing.
Points for so you can't storm the studio now, but you get points still for something like that where he's coming
for doing something,
in the Lorelei, in a cow costume, and it's live.
For me, it was more like, you're right. Like I don't think he would say he didn't hit it out of the park, but if you go line by line, well, who else should it be? Yeah. I think in that sense, and it was similar when I won in 2010. It was like, I didn't hit like a Titanic Grand Slam, but like. Go down the line of who else it would be, and I'm not a bad choice if you look at it that way. You know, if you put it up with like the best calls of other years, then it might not have won. But I got like, you know, or even the call I got third place in when Caleb did his Jim Rome show thing. I thought the call I made that year might have won other years, but Caleb did that bit and it worked. Right. So it was a bad year to do that year for me.
It's a really good idea if you can think of something that's never been done before. I mean, because straight smack is always going to be funny, but if you can do a Whitey's dad, a Jim Rome from Wisconsin with the Decamoo, you can do. There's some other ones and they're just different. This year was interesting because the first time with video. On Stucknut the night before the smack off, pretty much we all said the same thing. And Steve said it, and I said it. I think someone with a video call is going to win. Just because it's new, it's something that's never been done before, if it's done right. And he did it right. They both did. He did it right as well with the cardboard.
They handled it well. I mean, V and Brad handled it perfectly well.
Right.
So
Mark and Hollywood had the right idea. I just don't think it was tight enough.
Yeah, and Mark in Boston did a fine job too. Like the top four had to be those four. There's no other choice between those four, and the top two I think had to be those two.
Definitely, and
usually it's not that clear, but also like the depth is at a minimum, man. Like I saw the top 10 list and I was like, and I wonder if Rome knows that, and he's like, I need to get like a couple more guys in, like.
Yeah,
the field is very thin.
I'm telling you right now, they had room for a couple more, and they were probably expecting a couple more of the big guys because the last like 7 minutes of the segment before he announced the winner, they were reading reaction. They were reading,
they were killing time.
Because there was no one there, and I'm telling you, John in Little Rock does not get that spot if the big guys are out there. He's just not in. How many years does Silk not get in? I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I was talking to Lef about this earlier. Mark in Boston got left in hold not long ago, and that's kind of crazy to think.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, like 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, he got left on hold.
If you don't call early, and you think if you think you're a later caller or whatever, you can risk it. But if you've got Brad, you've got you've got like Caleb, you've got Rick. If those guys you're not squeezing before those guys. So you've got to play it strategic. You need to call earlier just in case there's heavyweights there, because they're not going to bump those guys.
Well, you know, I felt bad listening to Bodie on Stucknut's show when he said he had to come in at the very beginning because I don't know if he had to go to work, he had something he had to do, and I guess they had me slated at number 2, and I'm like, I felt bad. I'm like, man, I mean, that would have been great if they would have given him the second spot because he had to be in either one or two.
He said Mark taking as long as he did kind of screwed him up.
Well, I know, but then the joke is I didn't take long at all.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yours was a little quicker.
I took a minute and a half of my 4-minute call.
Yeah. All right, I gotta wrap it up. I gotta get downstairs. Vic, you want to say anything before we? Hey, thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah,
I love chopping it up.
I've
chopped it up with you on that one night on the Wood Scopes where 12 went to bed and we just kept running. Freaking
was that
awesome.
after a smack off too? Yeah, it was, right? Oh yeah. And was Mike and Indy there?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and we just went for like another 2 or 3. Gosh, that thing went past mid. I think I actually left you guys in there. I went to bed like midnight.
That's what Bacon and I do on Fridays when you cut us off. We just keep talking
on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Mike is funny, man, because he's still like so plugged in to what happens and stuff, but he just doesn't follow it anymore.
He DM'd me on Friday. I'm at the watch party. Usually I don't read DMs, but I in this case it's not anything that's big deal. He listen to this bullshit.
You're gonna read it or?
Okay, so I did a 1.5 hour pre-show. I sent him a link. I said, "Hey, if you want to come in," he goes, "Oh wow, I'm still working on my call." And then I go, "Wait, you're gonna call?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I told people the smack party. I said, "Mike and Indy might be calling." I told Wells, I go, "Mike and Indy says he's gonna call," and Wells is like, "Oh man, if he calls and no one thinks he's calling, he can win this thing." And then Wells DM'd him and he goes, "Yeah, I'm calling in. Get ready." And then he just fucked with us.
Man.
What's up?
He's a troll, man, but
I believed it.
But I bring him up because he was
this year, huh?
Well, no, I bring him up because he's the thing you're talking about, the Wood Scopes. I think that was Mike who stayed up like a long time with us, right?
It was Mike, it was you,
and
I think. I mean,
maybe Benny, maybe Gino, I forget, but yeah.
Did you say Gino from Gino? Did you say Gino?
Gino might have been on that day
from San Antonio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I remember that's where they clipped that funny ass take. You remember that?
Was that when James told him to shut the hell up?
James going in on Gino, like, "Shut the fuck up, Gino." Like
that was that night. He goes, yeah. James basically goes, "I gotta go, guys, but hey, Gino, it's not your fucking show. Let everyone else talk. You're not even the host." And then he goes, "I'm out of here," and click. And then that was the most awkward.
No, that was you like cut it short. He went at him for like 45 seconds or something. Like,
oh hell yeah!
And he referenced something like you're sitting here asking a guy if he's on the spectrum.
Oh, that's right.
You jerk or something. And then he's like, "All right, I'm out. Hey Vic, props, man, great call." Yeah, that was okay.
That was basically taking a grenade, throwing it in the middle of the room, and then leaving and locking the door. It was hilarious. It just got so awkward.
Oh, really quick, Brett. On James, I heard the call and even Rome mentioned it. Like, you mean he isn't because he says BIC stands for Brad is circumcised, and like right away when I heard it, I'm like, it'd be funnier if it was Brad isn't circumcised,
right?
And you could do like a whole take where Brad is like a self-loathing turtleneck guy who's like so mad about that. And that's why he's obsessed.
You're right. That would have been a funnier angle to go. Like
exactly. He's like this self-loathing turtleneck
outrage. He's mad his parents.
And even Rome when he hung up, he's like, "Brad, do you mean he isn't?" Like it's almost like Rome himself saw that that he screwed that up. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'll do that take. That's
a good one. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Hey,
that
are you
is
an artist?
A great angle. All right, Vic.
Wait, I have to ask Vic something. I have to ask Vic. Are you an artist?
Nah, not really. This is like my little artistic outlet when I try to come up with shit. But
that's your stuff on the back.
No,
wall, right?
Yeah, what's behind you?
Okay. I thought you meant like, do you act or something?
No.
Those were just paintings that I got somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very nice.
But yeah, no, it is this. I treat this somehow as like, like a little outlet for some of my stupid ideas sometimes, but I don't know if it's the same for some of you. Yeah.
Good job.
Like Brad, I'm like, when Brad was newer and he did like the Nerds Calling, and then I talked to Jay Stu once, I'm like, what's up with this guy? Is he like a voice actor, or does he do like film recording? Like, cause he did so many voices and stuff, and he was so like performative with like the Revenge of the Nerds Call and stuff. And I think Jay Stu was like, no, as far as I know, he's not like a voice actor or anything. He's just like a guy with a job, and he likes messing around with this stuff, So
did you hear when he was on? I don't know which of the shows he said it on, but he said that he tried stand up for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he said I forgot the reason he didn't like it. Something. But he's like, yeah, I tried it, and you work your material and whatever, and he went down and gave it a go or whatever. But I forgot why he didn't like it or didn't. Whatever. But,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dean, do you remember Vic? Do you remember Dean in Huntington Beach?
Yeah.
Vaguely?
I mean, I've heard some of it. Yeah, I've heard his calls like in the take box. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
he went to go. He tried stand up back in the day as well. Yeah, he did the rounds in some of the smaller places for a while.
Yeah,
but,
he had good calls. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had like that smooth, kind of chill, funny delivery.
Yeah, he was fun. Yeah, he was funny.
Totally different from like the East Coast style of sports caller that's like yelling and stuff,
like Bobby in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and the West Coast guys are like Mike Vitola, Silk, Dean.
Yeah.
Jim in Fall. Is it Fall River?
Jim in Fall River. Yeah.
Is that East?
Massachusetts.
Oh, that's up in, okay. He sounded like he's East Coast, but Fall River, I think of Liz in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah,
because he sounded East Coast. I mean, yeah, that just with the eyes of a goat. Yeah, just screaming his
so
face.
Good.
Hilarious.
So good.
All right. Well, cool. Anything to say, Gail, on our way out the door?
No. Hey, thanks for having me. It was such a pleasure finally meeting you and saying hi.
Yeah. You too. I'll talk to you later.
But definitely. All right, Horse, thanks for having me. I'll see you on Friday.
All right, we'll see. I'm just going to end the show right now. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Thanks, everybody in the chat.
I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Late.
All right.